Hello, this is Jocelyn with the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, and I am excited to be here with you today. I have something that I've had on my mind for a while to share with you, and then other things have come up before it. So I'm finally able to get to this topic that I wanted to talk about for a while, and some ways to kind of deal with that consistency of cleaning that can be really repetitive and mundane and sometimes even frustrating. As moms, we kind of have the brunt of the housework, or we tend to. It just kind of falls to us. And today I have some tips to help you when you are feeling really sluggish with that and with the consistency of cleaning. And I also am going to apply this to your thoughts and to your mindset and how and why consistency in working with your thoughts is important. If one of your friends or your sister or maybe your mom comes to your mind during this podcast episode, I encourage you to send it to them. Click on the share button on the podcast app and message it to your friend, your sister, or your mom. I don't do any paid advertising. This is all shared through word of mouth. So thank you for doing that. But thank you most of all for implementing these tools into your life to become a better mom and the woman that you desire to be. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life, and I can help you. Thanks for joining. Do you ever just clean a space? Maybe you just clean the windows or you just picked up the front room, only to have a little dirty fingerprint on it the next minute, or toys scattered everywhere right after you just cleaned up the mess. I've been there, and I know that as moms we have to deal with these messes, and sometimes it's frustrating and it gets really hard to be like, I just did that and now I have to do it again. It just repeats throughout the days and throughout the weeks, and we have to clean up. And it's not always the easiest chore or the funnest chore or the things that we're excited to do. They're kind of not the best. At least I've had to really train myself to learn to like it. So today I want to give you 7 tips that can help you to learn to like cleaning, or to help you with cleaning a little bit more and dealing with the consistency of it. Okay, the first tip, especially for your older children, is to enlist help. Instead of trying to take all of the cleaning on yourself, trying to do all of it all the time, enlist help, especially for your older children. Even younger children can help. My 2-year-old can basically unload the dishwasher. I mean, she does put the plates like on the counter and not in the cupboard, and sometimes she messes up where the forks and spoons go. Nonetheless, she is still helping. Even young kids can do some of those simple, basic chores. And older kids can do more chores like help vacuum, dust, wipe tables and counters, load the dishwasher, and all sorts of that. If you enlist help, you won't have to spend as much time doing it. This can be easier said than done, though, because you likely are going to get some whining and some griping when it comes to enlisting help. So these next few tips can help with that. Not only can it help you and your mindset when it comes to cleaning, but these following things can also help get your kids a little bit more excited to help when it comes to the consistency of cleaning daily, because that's how often it has to be done, is daily. The second tip I would tell you is to listen to something. Turn on one of your favorite podcasts. Listen to an audiobook. My kids love audiobooks, and they will clean their rooms if they can listen to an audiobook. Sometimes they get distracted with the book and the room cleaning gets a little slower than I would like, but nonetheless, it still helps to propel them. And I find when I listen to a podcast or something, the cleaning goes so much faster, and I learn something, or I feel inspired, or I feel excited to act on something or try something. So that really helps me. To go along with that are the next two, and that is to turn on some music. So the second tip was kind of more like audiobook or podcast. The third tip is turn on music. I love to turn on some of my favorite CDs around 4 or 5 o'clock. And having that light, fun music is really recharging and energizing and can help me get going when I'm feeling sluggish. I really like Matt and Savannah Shaw, that father-daughter duo, and their CDs. And so I usually plug one of their CDs in and we clean to it. I usually clean the kitchen really good around that time, and that's something I listen to when I've listened to too many podcasts or have too much in my ear. Music can be soothing and relaxing. And sometimes I even just do instrumental music. Like, the music varies. Nonetheless, music can help you get going and not feel so sluggish with cleaning. The fourth tip is to dance with it. Make it kind of fun. Do some hip shakes or some squats or some ballerina twirls while you're in the kitchen or picking up toys, and let yourself smile while you do it. You may feel completely ridiculous and utterly silly, but it relieves the negative tension and helps you to enjoy it more. Have fun with it. Don't make it so drudgery and miserable. And I'm mostly telling you all these tips because it's definitely something I need to work on. Cleaning just kind of, to me, gets to be chop, get it done now. But I need to learn to have a little bit more fun in this area of life. So dance with it. The fifth tip would be to make a game out of it. Over the years, I've heard of people that have told me games, and we've made up games. One that comes to mind right now is that every time my kids would pick up something, this was probably when they were a little younger, but they would still probably like it now. Every time they picked up something, they would come give mom a high five. This was useful when I was pregnant and couldn't move and clean as much. I'd be like, oh, go pick up that car right there and come put it in this bucket and you can give me a high five. And it was motivating for my young ones to pick up the toys and get a high five. So make some kind of fun game out of it. You could do it like color coordinating or stacking stuff that goes in rooms, like stuff that goes in brother's room, stuff that goes in sister's room, and stuff that goes in mom and dad's room, and pile them up and then deliver the piles. However you do it, try and think of a fun way to make a game out of it. And that is actually my number 6 tip. It is a game, but this can be fun for the kids because it gets done really fast and they get to run and use some energy. But it can also be fun for you because you realize how much you can do in a little amount of time. And you race the clock. So you can do this one of two ways. First, you can set a timer, like a 5-minute timer, and say, we are going to see how much we can do in this room in 5 minutes with us all going as fast as we can go. And you'll be surprised at how fast things can get picked up when everybody has high gear on. My kids have called it fast motion. So now when we need to clean up fast, I ask them to put on their fast motion, and they get really excited to turn on their fast motion. They don't always get really excited, but sometimes it's a change enough that they're excited to put on the fast motion. And the other way that you could do this, so the first one was to have like a countdown timer. And the other way is just to do it the opposite way, have a count up timer and say, I'm turning on the timer, let's see how fast we can do this. And then just check the timer when you're done. Maybe it took 3 minutes and you can all celebrate how fast that was. So there are 2 ways you can kind of do that, or play with it and make it your own. Make your own race the clock game when it comes to cleaning and cleaning with your kids. Sometimes I'll even do this when I'm by myself washing the dishes. I'm like, I'm going to see how long this actually takes to get this ginormous pile of dishes done. And usually it really doesn't take as long as I think it's going to take. So those are a couple of other options. And then the last option is to find gratitude and smile. The last option was really just to smile, but I had to add the find gratitude because gratitude can transform you. It can transform your outlook. It can transform your motherhood. It can transform your happiness. And as you find gratitude for anything around you, anyone around you, for your house around you, it will be so much easier to find positive thoughts. And that going along with that is to smile. I think as moms, sometimes we get set in responsibility. We are the responsible ones who has to take care of everyone to make sure everyone's fed, clothed, bathed, has had enough sleep, and all of those things that everyone's taken care of, that we forget to smile. We just go from one task to the next, from one list check mark to the next list check mark, and we forget to smile. In fact, I want you to do that right now. Just stop whatever you're doing, or if you're driving, don't stop, keep going, but take a minute to just smile. Yes, smile. Do it. Yes, I'm talking to you. You need to smile. Yes, it feels so good to smile. I challenge you, when you are struggling and having a hard time, to just try a smile. Smile actually can go a long way in helping us deal with hard, frustrating, and mundane things like the consistency of cleaning. Something else that takes consistency that I told you I was going to hit at the end of this episode is your mindset and what you choose to focus on. If you think that cleaning is hard, it's miserable, it's repetitive, frustrating, and mundane, you are going to reap that. It is going to feel like cleaning is repetitive, frustrating, hard, annoying, and mundane. But if you start refraining your thoughts to different ones, maybe you can't get all the way to, I love cleaning, it's my favorite, cleaning is so fun. If you can't get all the way there, find other thoughts that will serve you to shift your mindset around this motherly duty. So thoughts like, I love having a clean house. It feels so good to have a clean house and clean dishes. I love waking up in the morning to a clean kitchen. Find thoughts like that and feed those thoughts. Give those thoughts the fertilizer. The same as cleaning, this takes consistency. It takes intentionality in noticing the bad thoughts and plucking them out and intentionally replacing them with the good thoughts. You can do this, Mama. I believe in you, and I know that you can find a little bit more joy in cleaning, and you can shift your mindset to work for you and not against you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing, and most of all, thank you for applying this podcast and these episodes into your life. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts for a better you in a positive pregnancy, in losing that stubborn baby weight, and becoming the mom you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. I can help you find the small, doable steps without drastic changes to your everyday mom life. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.